Hello, everyone. Happy Monday, and welcome to another episode of Stuck to Unstoppable right here in the KS Media Group app. I'm Peggy Bell. I'm an event speaker and fellow founding member of the KS Media Group app. This is part of the beloved 7-day experience where you will find so many different thought leaders in their field to help you in different areas of your life. And I'm so glad you're here today. I want you to imagine, if you will, that you are outside on a nice, beautiful day, putting together a nice big puzzle. And things are going well, you're getting all the pieces in place. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this huge gust of wind comes and just tosses the puzzle. And the puzzle pieces are just thrown about, some of them never to be found again. And what you're left with is really a mess. It's something that you can never go back and complete because there are pieces that are missing. And while I know this is a kind of a stretch of the imagination, I like to use this metaphor for life because I believe that our life-changing events can be compared to this huge gust of wind. And sometimes your gust of wind can be things such as a loss of a loved one, a divorce, illness, empty nester, change of jobs, financial hardships. All of these things add, it's your gust of wind. And life as you know it ceases to exist. Things change that quickly. But I want you to think about your mess, because what you are left with at that point is a mess. You can always find your message within your mess. It may take some time, but if you dig deep enough, you're going to find something positive to come out of it. Sometimes we lose patience. We get impatient because that gust of wind just tossed things so much and just made life so difficult for us. And we wonder if things are ever going to change. But you need to keep in mind that sometimes it's an opportunity, and it's an opportunity to try something new, to do something that you've never been used to doing before. I'll share an example. In 2009, I lost my husband unexpectedly. And when that happened, I didn't know where to turn and I didn't know what to do. Now, I had several gusts of wind happen at the same time because I was having physical illness of my own. I was becoming an empty nester, and I was left with financial burdens of many, many medical bills. After the shock and the panic wore off and the huge part of the grief, I was able to look back, take a step back and realize that I was a survivor. I had never lived alone in my life, and yet I was surviving each day. It may not have been pretty, but I was surviving. And I realized the strength that I had that I never realized before. And I realized the independence that I had never had to use before. And I knew then that things would be okay. Life wasn't what I had envisioned. It didn't resemble the puzzle that my late husband and I had been working on. But I did feel a sense of pride, knowing that through the months of that emotional and physical pain, that I was able to get through it. I prayed and I searched for direction. And through my faith and my determination, I was able to take the pieces of the puzzle that was left that I wanted to keep, and I started to create my own life puzzle. Today, my puzzle continues to expand. I realized how small we were playing before. Each time I know, or I think I know where my puzzle is leading, where I think I know where that piece of the puzzle belongs, something happens to lead me to a different path. And I embrace it, and I no longer fear it. Today, I'm an event speaker. I'm an international best-selling author. I'm a workshop facilitator. I'm a coach. I'm a mom. I'm a new wife, and I'm a grandmother. Many of those things that I never dreamed would happen. If you find your life to be a mess right now, I want you to search deep within you. And I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. The first question, what lessons can I learn from this? The second one, what path do I need to take? And the third one, what positive can possibly come from this? If you open your mind to something new, you're going to find the answers. Don't rely solely on your past experiences. It's called the past for a reason. I want to close by saying that I know that you can rise above the ashes from your own mess, and you can find your message within your mess. So I'm going to open it up for discussion now for anybody that would like to share maybe something that they found useful to get through their own message or find their own message within their mess, or something, if you had any comments that you'd like to reply to, opening it up now. No comments? Okay.
No, we have comments. We have comments. You know, when I think probably the worst thing for me that happened many years ago was burning out in my administrative career. And I really thought I had no idea what I would do. I mean, literally zero, because all I had thought I would be in education. So really having that faith that you talked about, Peggy, I think is very critical, very important. And then I also remembered that after going through feeling just like so numb, I filled myself up and I took the time. I think that was the biggest thing. The big takeaway for me is that, oh my God, when you feel like crap, you got to take really good care of oneself. So thank you for that reminder, Peggy.
Thank you for reminding of that also, because part of letting that time pass a little bit so you can take that step back is having that self-care. And that's so critical, to take care of yourself so that you can analyze your life and say, okay, where do I go from here? And I certainly understand what you meant about the education. I got to the point where I said, I don't know what's happening next. I just know I'm not going back. And so, yeah, I certainly can understand that.
Yeah, we're 2 sisters there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so that brings us to the close of today's episode of Stuck to Unstoppable. Join me again next Monday for another episode right here in the KS Media Group app. You can find more about me and all of the wonderful thought leaders that are here right under the directory of the app. You'll find their areas of expertise and their knowledge and what they're so willing to share with you, all for free. Can't get a better deal than that. So until next time, this is Peggy Bell reminding you, go out and live your purpose, because life is short. So make it count. Until next time.